Hello everyone at Newark. Hope everyone's doing really well. Just thought we'd give you a quick update and give you some information and some possible challenges for this week. Hope you've all been enjoying the weather. It's been absolutely beautiful out, so I hope you've been enjoying that. Hope your legs aren't hurting too much from all the Joe Wicks PE that we've all been doing. So a couple of bits of information. I've been lucky enough to look at the International Space Station going over Patcham, which is where I live, and I know that on a clear night you should be able to still see the ISS, the International Space Station, still going over until the 7th of April. If you go on International Space Station Tracker and put in your address with the help of your families, you should be able to get a time and a direction into which way it's coming over, and then you'll be able to see it for yourself. You're looking for like a steady light that comes across in the sky, so it needs to be a clear night, but also without the aeroplanes. It's been brilliant and really easy to see. And I've got a little English challenge, a literacy challenge that I thought you might like to take part in. It's a video called Catch It, and I'll put the link underneath this video on YouTube. And if you watch it, it's all about meerkats in the African savannah. It's like an animation. But I thought that you could do some story writing, some narrative, you could do some speech bubbles, you could do some character descriptions, you could change the animals and do something completely different with it. And I would love to see some of your work. So if you email it over to my email address, which can be found on the school website, again, with the help of families, then please send me over your learning, because I would love to see it. Or Miss Alty and all the staff say hello. Everybody's missing you. We've all been into school and it's not the same without all of you there. It's extremely quiet. But I know that you've all been busy doing your own home learning and finding and enjoying your own new normal at home. And I hope you've been doing as well as you do at school, because I know you've all been working really, really hard. And don't get me wrong, the staff are really excited about seeing all of your learning as well. So make sure you keep it all together for when we get back. So I've got a story that I thought you might like to hear today, and to be able to read a story like this on YouTube, you almost have to ask the permission of the authors and the illustrators. So I had a little go on Twitter. The book I'm going to read you is called The Night Gardener. It's by the Fan Brothers, and so I tweeted them to ask if it was okay, and Simon and Schuster, the publication company, have agreed that we can, and actually the illustrator, Eric Fan, said he'd be delighted. So this is fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll read the story to you and actually have a look at the beautiful illustrations in there, and if you fancy having a go yourself, I do know that Eric Fan is replying to messages because he replied to me. So if you do any of your own illustrations in the style of Eric Fan, or like the idea, don't forget you can pause this video to have a look at the pictures in closer look, and then you could do your own. And again, I'll put the tweet handle underneath this video, so you'll be able to tweet him directly. So let's have a read. So this is called The Night Gardener. Look at those beautiful illustrations. There we go. And that's a little bit about Eric and Terry Fan. So they're in Canada, actually, in Toronto. It's very exciting. Look at that. The Night Gardener. William looked out of his window to find a commotion on the street. He quickly dressed, ran downstairs, and raced out of the door to discover a wise owl had appeared overnight, as if by magic. William spent the whole day staring at it in wonder. And he continued to stare at it until it became too dark to see. And that night he went to sleep with a sense of excitement. The following morning, William was not disappointed. Each day, William discovered a new topiary. Next was a friendly rabbit, followed by a pretty parakeet. Look at those, isn't that amazing? Look at the reactions from the people below. Look at the expressions. And then a playful elephant. And with each new sculpture, the crowds grew and grew. Something was happening on Grimlock Lane. Something good. The next day, William dashed out of his home and followed the crowds, only to find the most magnificent masterpiece yet. Isn't that wonderful? Look at all of the people in the trees. Festivities continued long after the sun had set. And as William was about to head home, he spotted someone unfamiliar. Could it be? The gentleman turned to William. There are so many trees in this park. I could use a little help. It was the night gardener. And under the light of the full moon, they worked deep into the night. William awoke to the sound of happy families walking by and a gift from the night gardener. The whole town had come out to admire the night gardener's and William's hard work. Can you spot some of the animals? And over time the leaves changed. Look at them, all the animals are changing now. And then fell, until there was no evidence that the night gardener had ever been to Grimlock Lane. Look how different the trees look. But the people of the small town were never the same. And I wonder if you spot the difference between how the first few illustrations look to this one here. Look at the detail in the images. Look at that. Those wonderful illustrations. And so if we go back, but the people of the small town were never the same, and neither was William. There he is. And so, I hope you enjoyed that story. I love this book. I really like the illustrations in it. I like the message. I think it's a really lovely book. So, if you are inspired by that book, I will put the Twitter account underneath. So if you do your own illustrations, then you can send them directly to the illustrator himself. I'm sure you'll be delighted. And you can say that you're from Newark School as well. So, and with the English challenge, please make sure that you send over your work. I would love to see it. Make sure you email them over to me, or any work that you would like me to have a look at. I'm more than happy to have a look via my emails. And I hope you all keep safe, keep happy, keep doing the Joe Wicks. although goodness me, it was definitely more than I bargained for. Out of breath after all of that. So enjoy yourselves, and we'll release another video soon. Take care. Bye.